Hey everyone, I'm Jennifer Dale, and I wanted to know today, have you been struggling to get some of those New Year's resolutions done? I know, there's a couple of you that have been like, oh, this is amazing. I'm totally crushing it. It's all great. That's fabulous. For the rest of you that are sitting over here that may have had a little bit of a problem getting off the couch or feeling a little overwhelmed, or this is too big of a goal, or I can't get this started, or it's hard for me to practice, I need to take care of my mail before we get started on the practicing. I need to basically insert excuse here. These are a couple of things that might help you in terms of getting off the couch, getting practicing started, getting a little bit along the road to get your musical goals for 2022. So I have to tell you, quick story. I decided to run a set of 4 running races. And I say run, but run is very generous. It was mostly walking, I'll be honest. But I've always wanted to do a marathon. It's my bucket list. I always wanted to do it. So my friend was like, hey, let's go do a, set of road races. And by the way, the biggest one is the marathon. And I was like, okay, cool. I can do this. Famous last words, right? So the way that the race is set up is that the shortest race is first, and then we get progressively longer. So we start with a 3-mile race, then we do a 6-mile race, then we do a half marathon, which is 13 miles, and then we finish with a full-on marathon. So the one that I want to do the most is actually the one at the end, and I have to get through all these other ones first. And I did real well. I felt pretty good about it. Was not a huge deal, but I was still nervous about the marathon up to and including race day right when we got ready to start. And I was going through it and I was just walking along, doing my thing. And then about mile 19, which I know sounds crazy if you haven't done a marathon before. I can't believe I'm saying that because before this, it would have been, mile 2, or something along those lines. But around mile 19, I get this text from a friend of mine who's also doing the marathon, and he said, hey, I just got swept by the balloon ladies. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with running races, and that's totally fine, there are people called sweepers. And sweepers are basically, hey, you need to walk this certain pace so that, we're not here all day, basically. And if you get swept by the sweepers, if they pass you, then you get taken off the course and you're bussed back to the beginning. And while there is nothing awful about this, you've done so much work at this point, you really want to actually get to the end of the race. So we're at mile 19, we're most of the way through the race. And my friend says, oh my gosh, I've just been swept by the balloon ladies. And at that point, I made my decision that I was like, I am getting this done. This is what I came for. This is what I want to do. I still had 7 miles to go though. And I'm not going to lie, that was like 2 hours worth of walking. And I was totally freaked out. And so the first thing I was going to do is like, all right, I'm just going to focus on staying away from the balloon ladies. And then I actually got closer to them. I saw them actually come in just a couple minutes behind me when we were doing a loop. And I was like, okay, this is not working. Not working at all. Can't focus on that. Second thing was, then I was like, I'll just focus on the end of the race. So I'm going to focus on the finish line. And my brain started totally freaking out. It was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. It's too big. I'm overwhelmed. I'm tired. I need to sit down. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten enough. Blah, 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 blah. Every single thing that you could possibly come up with was what my brain threw at me at that time. Just a quick note, raise your hand if any of those excuses sound familiar for anything else that you've done. Just saying. Anyway, so as soon as I started freaking out, I was like, I can't do that either. So then I decided I'm just going to focus on the mile in front of me. And so every mile, there is a mile marker. And it says the number of the mile that you're on and then the time. And I decided I'm not looking at the time because that will just freak me out more. So we're just going to focus on the mile marker. I'm just going to focus on the mile in front of me. That's it. And so what I would do is I kept going through and I'm like, okay, do I need more water? Do I need more food? Do I need more X? And you just kept going until you found the next mile marker. And then as soon as I got to that one, it was like, yes, that's great. Where's the next one? And I kept going that way until I finished the race. And I did finish the race. Super excited. Total nerd moment, but it was a lot of fun and I loved it. And so my point being that if you've started a goal for this year and you're not really feeling motivated to do it, or you feel like you've given up on it, maybe the problem is not you, but it's the size of the goal that you've set. Because we have this idea that we have to set these massive goals, and that's the only thing that's going to motivate us to get it done. But in reality, when we feel overwhelmed, the bigger the goal that we set, the more overwhelmed we feel, the less likely we are to actually achieve the goal or to get it done. So my suggestion to you is to start setting mile markers or landmark goals. And when it comes to music, that might be, I'm going to learn one song. Actually, I'm going to learn one verse of a song. I'm going to learn one page of a piece of music. I'm going to learn how to play this one pattern. Something small, something that you feel totally confident that you can do. Because that, my friend, that is what you're actually going to get done. And when you do that, then you've got more confidence to go do the next one and go, oh, okay, I can do that. Now let's go do the next verse of the song or the next page of the piece of music. Something that, again, is another mile marker in the right direction of actually getting to a bigger goal, like improving your voice or improving your piano skills or something that is a much broader idea of what you want to do. So if you have a piece of paper or you have your phone or your favorite device, here is what I would encourage you to write down. Number one, we're going to pick a mile marker or a landmark goal. And I want you to make it super specific. So like one verse of a song, I'm going to learn one verse of a song. And then you're going to say, here's where I am now. So you know the like you are here spots in like a mall or something like that. You need to know where you're starting from in order to get to where you're going. And then you're going to look at the gap between the two and you're going to say, okay, what's the first thing that I need to do to move towards that goal? Do I need to write out the lyrics? Do I need to learn the notes? Do I need to figure out the fingering? What's the first thing that I'm going to do? Then what's the second thing I'm going to do? Third thing, fourth thing, fifth thing, probably 4 or 5 things. If you're looking at a laundry list of like 25 things, goal is too big. Cut it down. You can always do more goals. You can always do more things. The whole purpose is to get you going, right? And then you're going to sit down, like I've said before, schedule your time, find your place, and then you're just going to do the first thing. And then you are going to celebrate how cool you are that you did that first thing. All right. So these are a couple of things that will help you kind of move off the couch, get you going, try a couple new things. And then from there, it's just going to keep moving forward with the next goal, the next goal, the next goal. Thinking about small goals, even micro goals, things that are so small that your brain goes, oh, of course I can do that. Great. Let's go do it. All right. That's it for today. So excited to talk to all of you. And do me a favor. Why don't you post a video or a comment down below telling me about your new micro goal or your new landmark goal or mile marker goal and the first thing you're going to do to get it done. I'm super excited to hear from you. I hope this helps. Have a great one. We'll see you next time.